Are you a South African musician trying to figure out how to get your music onto Apple or Spotify for free? Welcome to this episode where I plan on demystifying just that. Cue the intro. What's up, it's your boy Skill from skillmusicsa.com and welcome to my channel where I share information with my fellow South African musicians to help them improve on their music business. If this sounds interesting to you, please do consider subscribing as I do have other videos I think you'll find informative. In this video, I plan on giving you some light on how to get your music on Apple Music or Spotify, etc. by basically not paying, i.e. by getting it on there for free. Now, basically, to get your music on Apple Music or Spotify, etc., you need to get a DSP, a digital service provider or a digital aggregator. What is this? Basically, it's a company like a middle person that gets your music from you and onto these digital services. So you don't actually go up to yourself and upload your music onto Spotify. A digital aggregator gets your music up there. Now, there are some aggregators that are free and there are some that you pay for. I currently use DistroKid, which is a paid way to get my music onto Apple Music, etc. because I found that this business model works with how I want to make money. But due to some constraints, there may be reasons why you would want to opt for a free version, but typically it is linked to the lack of money to get your music onto a service such as DistroKid. So I'm going to explain 4 things that you really want to look into before you decide on which free digital aggregator that you want to use. The very first point that I think you should consider before choosing a free DSP is that you have to consider the commission that they take from the royalties that you're earning. Now, when we say free, we typically mean that you don't have to pay, but in real life, you always end up paying for something. So this is a way that free distributors get money to run their business. They basically take a percentage from the music and royalties that you sell and get for download. Now, the commission fees vary, so I highly suggest that you spend time doing thorough research to find out if your digital distributor takes commission. These are for the free ones in particular. Another aspect that you want to consider when you want to use a free digital distributor is the payment threshold. Now, what is a payment threshold? Basically, you have to earn an X amount of money before that company can pay you. Now, payment threshold is usually fairly high considering how much you have to earn from each stream. Remember, a stream is roughly a decimal of a cent. So you really want to make sure that the payment threshold is realistic to how much you think you can get for streaming. Now, payment thresholds vary a lot. You can get some that are as low as $15 and some as high as $50. But it's highly important that you consider which DSP matches what you predict you can get in terms of royalties, downloads, and streams and sales to meet that payment threshold. Another consideration that you want to have when using a free DSP is the payment time. Now, the payment time is linked to when you can expect to be paid, and when you are using a free DSP, they usually tell you when you can request or expect payment once you've met the threshold, obviously. So you really want to look into that information as well. Lastly, which I think may be most important, is the payment method. Now, a lot of the DSPs try use PayPal, but if you do not have access to getting your money via PayPal, then this distributor may not be most ideal for you. But if you're constantly paying with PayPal, then it might make sense to use a DSP that just pays with PayPal. So looking at the payment method or the way you will be getting paid is something I highly suggest that you look into before you choose a free DSP. Now, let me give you 4 DSPs that I have found that actually require no upfront fee but take some form of money on the back end in terms of taking commission. The very first one, RootNote. In terms of commission, RootNote takes approximately 15% last time I checked, and they also have a payment threshold which is about $50 if you're using the free plan. And then you also want to check the payment method. I'm not too sure because I've never used RootNote. RootNote also pays roughly on the 15th of every month, so that's when you can expect to ask for the money that they send you. I've never really used it myself, but there are some people who have rave reviews for the free version of RootNote, so that is one that you might want to consider for free distribution. So the very next DSP is SoundDrop, that is free to sign up for. The commission that they take is also 15%, and the payment threshold is roughly 20, and you can expect to get your payments on the 30th of every month. And the payment method, I'm not too sure because I've never used this one either, but you should consider Sounddrop too. Another one that I have bumped into is called Fresh Tunes. Fresh Tunes actually takes no commission. They have a payment threshold of about $25 US, but the snag is that when you get your payments is approximately 60 days after you've requested. So if you want money immediately after, it may not be the most ideal for you. The last DSP that is free that I have found is 1RPM. 1RPM takes 15% commission, but the nice part is that there is no payment threshold with regards to 1RPM. I wasn't able to find when they roughly pay, but I have not used this service either. I would also like to highlight that all four of these services I have not used personally, so I highly suggest that you spend time on the internet to find people that have used the service and have given it reviews. Also, like, if you have used any of the 4 DSPs that I have mentioned in this video, please leave a comment below to tell us and the community how you found this DSP and did it meet up to the expectations that you had. But that concludes this video and I hope you found it informative. If you did, please hit the thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe, as I do have other videos that I think you will find informative. I'd also like to remind you that I have a digital course titled Understanding Music Publishing in South Africa. The course is only 100 Rand and it focuses on why you should be registering and signing up with SAMRO, Sampra, Capasso, and Risa Audiovisual. And the course helps connect these 4 organizations so you understand why you're registering it and what are the benefits for registering for these CMOs. But that concludes this video, and until next time, Skilligan the Hooligan signing out.